Of My Wife's Asleep podcast. I'm your host, Sean Boucher. Today we have a very special episode for you. I have a guest calling in, Mr. Joe Exotic. Now, we're all familiar with Joe Exotic's tale. We all saw the documentary Tiger King. I believe Joe's going to come on and talk about his current situation and how he's trying to lobby for prison reform and getting rid of the isolation and whatnot that they utilize. It's going to be interesting and different. So right now we're waiting for him to call. I'm your host, Sean Boucher. When you interview a former/current presidential candidate, you got to dress the part. But I was rewatching the documentary last night to kind of put things in perspective, refresh a little bit. What a tale. What a story. So many characters and twists and turns, and when you thought there wouldn't be another character introduced, there is, and you have all these ingredients. It's like a fucking perfect stew. All these ingredients, and it ends in a tragic. It ends in a tragedy. Not everybody's a saint. Some sinners out there. He who without sin cast the first keystone. Like Christians say when they get their first DUI, only God can judge me, and then they get sentenced, and there you have it. So we're waiting for Joe to call. Let's see, I've had a wild week. Did 8 open mics last week. Well, no, I did 8 shows last week. So I had a showcase on Wednesday. Friday, I did 2 shows. I did the gimmick in Tampa, and I hustled over to Sunshine City and did the late open mic. So that was cool. I knocked 2 out one night. Sundays, I did a storyteller show where it was, Saturday, I did a pool party. It was wild. Sunday, I did a storyteller show. It was an improv storyteller show I got invited to. Now, storyteller show, people actually wanted to listen. It was the opposite of a comedy club where you have to go in and win them over. People were paying attention. So this one guy told a story about a garage sale, and one guy told a story about how he climbed a mountain. I went up, I told time my mom threw my ice cream out the window when I was like 3. Like, Mom, hold my ice cream. And she was like, I'm driving, I can't. I was defiant. I was like, Mom, hold my ice cream. She's like, all right. My mother was a gangster, dude. She grabbed the ice cream and threw it out the window. Looked over, my older brother started eating his faster. Told the story about my first wedding anniversary with my ex, where I ate an edible, and I don't smoke pot or anything, but we were going to like the Van Gogh immersive experience, and it didn't kick in until we were leaving. Like, I wanted it to kick in when we were looking at like interactive story night or like the cherry blossoms. No, it kicked in before we went to dinner. So I thought I was gonna choke on this bacon and die on my first wedding anniversary. It was nuts. And I told the story, of course, of how I won the Michael Jackson dance contest in Mexico. That was a big hit. But it was cool because, like, there was no pressure. I just went on stage and just told stories. I was able to take my time. I think I did 9 minutes and 30 seconds, which is cool because I was in no rush. Sometimes you get on stage to do comedy and you're like, and then I was driving and traffic and there's so many people. But I just went up and just fucking told 3 stories and fucking killed it. We're waiting for Joe. I was talking to my grandmother earlier. I recorded it. I might post it. But I was telling her who I'm interviewing, and she was like, who is that? So I sent her this picture. She's like, oh my God, that tiger is beautiful. I might post that on the Patreon. I don't know. We'll see. All right. He's supposed to call around 2, so. Oh, it's traveling to Central Florida. I'm tired. What are you going to do? It's showbiz, baby. Last night was fun. Did the mic up at a Big Top. I got the one I host tonight. We got the mic at Big Top tonight. Last night, and one of the guys, Casey, was wearing a shirt that said Jew Crew. It was fucking funny. He was talking about like when he gets in his brother's car, if there's change in the cup holder, his brother no longer has change by the time they leave. It was a funny joke. But grinding, man, you got to go for it. Like, you can sit around. People sit around all the time. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do with my life. Like, I found my fucking goal and my passion. I'm pursuing it. I've been listening to Flashdance like a motherfucker. Take your passion and make it happen, you know? It's a long, lonely road, but you got to do it. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Should be calling any minute. 2 o'clock on the dot. I just ignore his call. Gonna have to learn how to edit a lot of the silence out in iMovie. He's calling from jail, so who knows? I mean, they could be getting lunch, or they could be, somebody else is using the phone. He's like, "Hey, motherfucker, I got an interview." That'd be funny. Joe Exotic's fighting somebody to talk to me on the phone. How wild. Solitary confinement, that's the word I was looking for. Yo. Do I look as good as I feel? I got a cat that's in heat. She's been fucking meowing for the past week. Meow, meow. I'm gonna ask Joe what a tiger sounds like when they're in heat. Here he is. He's calling. Hello?
Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey, Sean.
Joe, how are you, bud?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
I just want to say, too, before we get started, thank you. When the documentary aired, you really brought the country together at a very scary time. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Everybody around the world tells me that, and the first thing I always like to say is I just wish that everyone would remember that I'm a real person and not just a TV character, because that show completely destroyed my life.
Yeah. I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up towards the end, but yeah, man, you're a human being. Like shit happens. You can't. You got to move forward, and it's just. I was rewatching it last night, and you got so screwed, man.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know if you saw season 2 or not, but we have the evidence now, and everybody has done video depositions under oath admitting to perjury, and we got 416 phone recordings now of
Oh
the
wow.
federal agents telling them how to lie, and they knew they were lying. It's just insane why I'm still here.
Well, and that's what I was looking at too, because I was doing some research last night, and Alan, the supposed man that you hired, admitted he committed perjury. So how the
Yeah,
hell
have you seen the new? Have you seen my new website?
the person I got in contact with about having you on sent me the link to it. Yes, I watched a few videos of that.
The Joe Exotic official website?
I believe that's the one he sent me. Yes, Tiger
Yeah,
Tales with
yeah. I mean,
John Phillips.
even even Carol Baskin herself posted last month two phone recordings of Alan Glover and one of her people where he admits that he made it all up and he belongs in prison and not me. And it's insane, Sean. Why am I still in prison?
Yeah, that's fucking stacked charges, man. It's a shame.
It it's crazy. And then on the phone recordings that John Phillips got, we have recordings now of the actual producer of the night of Tiger King on Netflix paying all of the witnesses during my trial to keep the story going so he could make a freaking TV show. I'm
Unbelievable.
just beside myself.
Ugh. Are you in Florida still for the lawsuit, or did you transfer back up north?
No, I'm still here. I'm the court date is the 23rd of this month, and I don't know if you've been keeping up with everything online, but they're having a huge protest in front of the federal courthouse on the 23rd.
Yeah, that's
While I'm at court, and hell, they even painted the bridge downtown.
oh wow.
It's crazy how many people around the country are upset about this, and I can't get the White House to even acknowledge what's going on.
Yeah, it's blasphemy, dude, that you're still in there. It's ridiculous. The so that's the 23rd your court date, so that correlates with Pensacola's Free Joe Exotic Day. It's going to be a week from today,
Yeah,
April 23rd,
yeah,
9 a.m. Palafox Street in Pensacola, Florida, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, yes, yes.
I,
And we've got word that some of the Trump campaign people will be there. Maybe Congressman Matt Gaetz will be there. My team from Joe Exotic 2024 will be there, passing out free T-shirts and bumper stickers and all kinds of stuff. But this is the first step of showing the politicians during this election how many people are just had enough
yeah.
of this system.
Now, are you running again for 2024?
I am.
Nice.
I have an official website, joeexotic2024.com, and let me tell you, people, I'm basically considered the no vote right now. Instead of people not voting and people voting none of the above, we are rallying across the country for people to write in Joe Exotic, and that's going to be just a statement that look, we're tired of what's going on. We're tired of the corruption in D.C. We're tired of the politicians lying to us all the time, and this justice system and this prison system has got to be fixed.
Oh yeah, prison reform for sure. I saw one of your recent interviews on one of the news stations, and it's time for a fucking change, man. I mean, you got my vote. Fuck it, let's shake things up.
It's insane, Sean. And I say this on almost every interview. The Brittany Griner thing just upsets me so bad because Brittany Griner, Paul Whelan, and Trevor Reed. Every time you saw them on television in court in Russia, they were in their own clothes and they weren't shackled at their ankles. They weren't belly chained. Uh, and they were respected in that courtroom.
Yeah.
In America, we're in orange jumpsuits and we are shackled and belly chained and made to look guilty before we even plead guilty or innocent.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's all the thing is all these laws and all this shit was written so long ago, and it's all money. Let's be real, it's all money. And
Yeah, but don't you remember President Biden and Harris standing on that stage at that drive-in during COVID with all the cars honking and flashing their lights, promising, "Oh, we're the ones who contributed to this mess, and we're gonna fix it." Hell, they ain't done nothing.
no, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. It's crazy. We got to shake it up. We got to. You got my vote, man. Let's fix this shit.
What has happened to Donald Trump should be a wake-up call to every citizen in this country. If he can get 91 felony indictments I mean, why isn't 10 enough? I mean, that's the
Yeah.
same thing they did to me. They started with one, and because I asked for a fair trial, like my Constitution says I'm allowed to, then they superseded me with 20 more charges to make sure that they put Joe in prison.
It's a shame, man.
You know, the American people have to wake up because we have 330 million people in this country. We're one of the smallest populated countries, and we have 2 million people today in jail. You have a 1 in 230 chance of being put in jail in this country.
Jesus.
You need to quit doing scratch off tickets because you've got a better chance going to jail.
Yeah, man. People. The thing is, people love people love conflict, and when, like you said, you're. I'm trying to word this properly. Like you said, when you're going into a courtroom and you're in shackles and an orange jumpsuit already, perception is reality. So when people
Oh yeah, absolutely.
now with I can't imagine Joe. With you've always been a showman. You've always put on a performance, and you're talented in that way. And when this happened, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you've never seen the documentary, correct?
I have never no.
So you've had your webisodes, your songs, your park. That was your baby, and to achieve celebrity and not be able to experience it, I can't imagine how that feels. If that do you understand what I'm saying?
Let me tell you. You know, I've been kidnapped by my own country as a political prisoner for the Big Cat Safety Act, and I have been robbed of 55 years of hard work, my zoo. My parents have died. I lost my marriage. They've stole my music, and that's what this lawsuit's all about. And if you Google Joe Exotic and hit shopping, everybody in the world is making a dime off of me, but me.
Fucking shame, Joe.
It's crazy. It's insane, Sean. I don't even know how this happens in the United States of America. And we're bitching about other countries like Russia. Hell, right now I'm almost to the point of begging Putin to do a prisoner swap me for Paul Whelan and let me come to Russia and do a Siberian tiger conservatory
Yeah.
and save Siberian tigers in the wild in Russia because my own fucking president won't wake up and give a shit about our system.
Yeah, we're so quick to jump into another person's fucking issue. It's ugh, we're a joke. The fucking rest of the world laughs at us, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I have fought prostate cancer in here.
Sorry to
Now
hear
I'm
that.
facing lung cancer. Now I'm facing lung cancer. Uh, Dude, they gave me a death sentence at 55 years old to serve 21 years. I'll never walk out of here alive unless I beat an appeal, which I'm starting to doubt because I can't even get a fucking lawyer to call me back. All they want to do is take money and get on court television and be famous.
John Phillip, you're not
And
associated with John Phillips anymore?
okay, John Phillips is handling my case
Mm-hmm.
here in Florida. I, I have not seen John Phillips' face since December the 3rd of 2021.
Oh wow.
That's how much people care about me. Okay, but it was fine to collect a $240,000 worth of cryptocurrency that I had.
Jesus.
No different than the new lawyers I have now. I have scraped and begged and borrowed for $40,000 that I paid the new lawyers, and I haven't even met them. I hired them right before Christmas, and I've still didn't even meet them because everybody watches Tiger King and everybody comes up with their own theory of how to fight Joe's case. Not one time, Sean, in 6 years that I have been fighting this, has anyone sit down in front of me with all the evidence and said, Joe, line out the story so we know how to fight yours for you. And what's even worse is how do you charge somebody with murder for hire and 20 animal charges and never interview them. I have never been questioned by any law enforcement agency or prosecutor yet. How do you even do that? How do you convict somebody without even hearing their side to see what's true and what's not true?
Yeah,
How do you investigate?
because they originally got you for, was it euthanizing tigers without a permit or something, correct? And then that was the charge that got
Right.
stacked
That's
with.
what they claimed. Yeah, they got me for taking five endangered species without a permit.
But dude, that's
Okay, but if you look at the lawsuits between the United States Department of Agriculture and Jeff Lowe after they put me in prison, he had so much animal cruelty accused by the USDA and so many dead animals and so many that had to be euthanized. They didn't get a permit.
yeah, he's a piece of
How
shit,
come
dude.
they sued him and put me in prison?
Because he fucking makes deals with the feds and he fucking steals and cheats. Pardon me, but yeah, dude,
God,
it's
crazy.
it's crazy. Like
Crazy.
with that being the charge, like everybody's growing up, everybody's had a cat or a fucking dog they've had to put down. Like unfortunately, it's sad. But for you to be in a cage, I was watching last night. For you to be in a cage with these animals that are 3 times the size of you, and they're coming up to you and licking you, like obviously there's love there. It's not like you were a heartless bastard who was just like, all right, fuck
You
that
know,
tiger.
and that's what everybody says is all of the news media. They don't even look at the indictment. Okay, all of them say I'm in here for 20 animal abuse charges. I was never accused, charged, or anything of animal abuse.
Hmm.
And let me tell you, if you walk in a cage with 20 tigers that you abuse, you better be prepared to die.
Yeah,
I could walk in a cage with 20 of my tigers and lay on the ground, and they love on me.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's has to be some love. There's got to be love there in order for you to walk into a like. I mean,
Dude,
so you only have 15 minutes, right?
I can call you right back too if you need more time.
It's up to you, man. I'm enjoying this conversation. Right now, we're at 14. If you want to say anything or if you want to call me right back when this runs out, I'm not saying we have to hang up right now, but it's up to you, man. I'm enjoying talking to you.
Hey, do you have your own show or podcast or what?
Yes, this is called My Wife's Asleep podcast.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Hey, let me just dial you right back, buddy.
Yeah, call me right back, Joe.
Okay.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
This is cool. This is crazy, man. It's sad. It's sad. Not every he who is without sin cast the first stone. We're just having a conversation with a man here. But April 23rd, Pensacola, Florida, Free Joe Exotic Day, 9 a.m. That's the day for his court hearing for the lawsuit. Kind of feel like a dick wearing this outfit because he's like pouring his soul out to me. Very interesting guy. Feel like Alex Jones.
Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey.
Welcome back, Joe. Yeah, so this is I do a podcast. I'm a comedian, but I also do a podcast called My Wife's Asleep, and it's funny. I'm going through a divorce right now, and everybody's like, "You got to change the name." I'm like, "I'm not changing shit. She got the gold mine, I got the shaft." But she when she was younger, she went to college for biology. She never finished it, but we were watching the show, and it introduced Carol and the Big Cat Rescue, and she was like, "Oh my god, I almost got an internship there when I was in college." And in hindsight, I wish she
Oh
got it so
no.
a tiger could have eaten that bitch.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, small world,
Hey,
man.
is she not? Is Carol not just batshit crazy, man?
Oh my god. I mean, dude, yeah. Like It's funny though because I was thinking about it, and you were talking about in one of the interviews, you and Carol, and that you guys made money off each other. Do you remember like Larry Flint and Jerry Falwell?
I remember Jerry Falwell.
Yeah, so Larry Flint, he was the CEO. He created Hustler magazine, and
Right,
he got into a big fight with the Catholic Church because he posted something, and Jerry Falwell was like the head of the Catholic Church at the time in America, and they would
right.
feud and they would go back and forth. But before Larry Flint died, he was talking about it, and he was like, I knew what he was selling, and he knew what I was selling. But,
Oh, exactly.
yeah.
And Carol just did an interview with Tampa News 3 days ago and admitted the same thing. We never saw each other,
Mm-hmm.
and Netflix blew our feud way out of proportion in
Yeah.
order to make that move. Yeah, I convinced people she was batshit crazy and she killed her husband. And I was the first one to ever do an online TV show. Okay, they didn't even call it a podcast. We just called it JoeExoticTV.com.
Yep.
Right?
I got a picture
And
of you with the hat on up on the screen as well right now.
and and the funny thing is she made money convincing her followers that I was an animal abuser. And
Mm-hmm.
that was our feud. There was nights I made $10,000 a night on a show.
Damn.
But
That,
the sad part about all of this is if you get on JoeExoticOfficial.com and you go to the evidence link and you listen to the phone recordings off of Lauren and Jeff's very own phones that John Phillips got of them admitting to raping girls and how Jeff forces her to do drugs in order to have sex with men so he can watch.
I listened.
And the IDs, the driver's licenses from James Garrison, and the fake leashes, how they were running those sex trafficking rings out in Las Vegas. That the federal agents and the Department of Justice
That's
should be.
Chucky, right? James is the redheaded dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Why are they covering this up?
He's he's got to be. He has to be an informant of some level because he's a fucking rat. And like I said, he just like it shows. Obviously, it's just he just manipulates people.
Well, the informant has got to be Jeff Lowe because
Yeah.
he was arrested for $14 million of wire fraud.
Yep.
Okay, and never spent a day in jail.
I saw the video you're talking about too. I listened to it actually. I thought you were
So
calling at 1. So I've been sitting here out since 1 o'clock waiting, watching videos, but it's all good.
He's got some on somebody.
Yep.
Because he's out there right now gloating and breaking the law every day, still drugging girls, still screwing people out of money,
Bastard.
and he's getting away with it, and the government's letting him. Since I've been arrested, I know of Joel, a woman out in Las Vegas that he conned $50,000 out of to sell 10% of the Tiger King Zoo that he didn't even own.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl Scott owned it. Okay, the one down in Thackerville, and then he drained her $250,000 life savings account as a retired school teacher to buy and build that zoo, and then she had to evict him. I mean, at what point is elderly abuse of scamming money from the elderly?
Yeah.
He got my mom. He got my mom for the property of the zoo.
Fucking terrible.
But when is it ever going to stop? What can we do to make this stop?
We gotta just keep advocating, man. Just keep fighting. Now with
I, and that's why I'm running for office from prison. Second time in history that's ever been done. That's why I have got this rally started and going, and we have permits already for a rally July the 31st at the White House.
oh, nice.
Dude, I'm not going to shut up. They're going to end up killing me in here to shut me up.
You got to, man. You can't. You can't. Like you said, man, you've been kidnapped by your own fucking country. It's a goddamn shame. And you were a cop. You were a cop.
Yeah. And I made it 55 years without a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
And this happens to me. that's why I say, the American people have to wake up, or this is going to happen to you. I'm sitting in here with people that are here on conspiracy charges that never even had drugs, dude. It's just the feds get two people to lie about you, and you're screwed. And that's some things that have to change in our justice system. Is the conspiracy of hearsay is admissible in a federal trial, but it's not in a state trial. You have to have hard evidence in a state trial to convict somebody, and then cameras aren't allowed in a federal courtroom, but they are in a state trial.
Okay.
That's because the feds. That's because feds don't want you documenting this crooked shit.
Yeah, because they're fucking shady, dude.
Yeah. And then federal judges. State judges are elected. Federal judges are appointed for life.
Yeah.
That has to stop.
Oh yeah, term limits
If
for
our
sure.
president of our country has to be elected every 4 years, so does a judge.
Yeah, there needs to be term limits.
It's insane. Our country's so fucked up.
Well,
You know what? I sit there and watch TV, and I'm watching Iran shoot fucking rockets into Israel, and Biden's not doing a damn thing about it. Be prepared for a big war before November, because they're testing him to see how many balls he's got.
Yep.
All right? And Russia and Iran and China and North Korea is going to kick our ass.
Yeah, my buddy, when that happened the other day, my buddy was like, "Here comes World War III. It's an election year." Fucking tragic.
Oh, yeah. Because they got to do something before, another president gets elected. Because they know Biden's too weak to do anything. And look, I would love to put all my balls in Trump's basket, but they're gonna screw him over. He ain't never gonna win. They're gonna screw that man over.
Who do you think he should pick as his vice?
You know who I think? Honestly, if you really want to run as a president of the United States and you want to keep your policies going for a little bit longer instead of just fucking this country up for 4 years and letting somebody else redo it,
Clean up the mess, yeah.
Don Jr. That way he can train him for 4 years, and then Don Jr. can run and keep the same policies going for 8 more years. So we would have 12 years without another president fucking everything up.
Huh.
That would be the smartest on earth thing to ever have anybody to do is Donald Trump Sr. and Donald Trump Jr. run as a team.
That's pretty interesting.
Because they both don't give a fuck what comes out of their mouth, and every one of them in the world are scared of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if you want to keep policies going without a Democrat winning this year and a Republican winning this year and just this back and forth bullshit. Look at England. Okay, England is not fucked up like this because they have their monarchy. Okay, and it's a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Okay, the Trumps need to be on the same ticket and they need to run with the motto of keeping those policies for 12 years.
Or even what's his daughter, Ivanka or whatever.
I don't think she would be as good as Don Jr. Don Jr.'s he's a go-getter, man.
Yeah.
He don't give up. He just doesn't give up. Ivanka said that she didn't want involved when her dad was starting getting in all this trouble. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. I don't think she's got what it takes.
Yeah. Trump Jr. is just like, let's fucking go, Dad. Put me in pop.
He is, dude. He is. I wish Donald Trump would have his son run. Yeah. Eric is no good.
Yeah.
Don Jr.'s got what it takes.
That's why he's a junior.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what? Since you're running right now as well, what would your campaign song be? We thinking "Cats in the Cradle," or are we going more towards like "Wild Side" by Motley Crue?
Do what now?
Now, since you're running, what would your campaign song be? Are we thinking "Cats in the Cradle" or more like "Wild Side" by Motley Crue?
Wild Side by Motley Crue.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I have on my platform all of my standards and things that I'm backing. Okay, and there's a website out there. I forget the name of it, but you can take a political quiz and it'll tell you which candidate fits best for you.
Okay.
And most people that are taking that quiz, I'm popping up at either 50 to 70%.
I gotta find that website. You don't remember the name of it?
You know who you emailed to get a hold of me today?
Yeah.
Yeah, message her and ask her for that website.
Okay. Website.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, people all over the country are sending me their results, and I have not fallen below 35%.
Hell yeah. So we're at about 12 minutes.
But yeah, we just got to do something, Sean. I don't
Yeah.
know what it's going to take. The answer is, but we have to do something.
I'm gonna try to be there next Tuesday for you, man.
Man, I would appreciate it. And you know, I was supposed to have had them put up a video today calling out Lil Wayne and Kodak Black and Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's on my social media or not, but you know, it's the same thing, dude. Hey, they're filling these prisons so full that they're sleeping on the floors,
Damn.
right? And then they're making you work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for $5.25 a month.
Damn.
Okay, slavery in this country is very much alive.
I saw the video. I saw it today about 18 hours ago. They posted your presidential thing on YouTube.
Yeah, it's very much alive. And let me tell you, if the celebrities don't step up and support me and just being a voice for all of the black, brown, and underprivileged white people in here that are being forced to take plea bargains because they're scared to go to a trial because of what would happen to, like it did with me and
Yeah.
President Trump. They're all coming to prison innocent, dude, because they can't afford lawyers, and the justice system is blackmailing them. If you don't take this 10-year plea deal, we're gonna seek 30 or 40 years if you go to prison.
Yeah, it's like the mafia.
Bullshit.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Bullshit, dude. Our government is exactly that, a mafia.
It's crazy.
It is. But you know, the best thing anybody can do right now for me, I'm broke as fuck, but I don't ask for money.
Mm-hmm.
I need everybody to take and put Free Joe Exotic in every comment that they see any post that Biden or Trump put up. And these people need to see how many voters are fed up with this shit.
Yeah, we gotta get their attention, man.
Because my goal, Sean, when I get out of here, and keep in mind, I got busted in federal prison with 2 cell phones,
Oh,
and
wow.
I have been documenting everything from the black mold to the algae to the expired food that we're forced to eat, and the living conditions, the leaking roofs, everything, and the staff stealing shit. Okay,
Yep.
and I want to testify in front of Congress. That's my goal.
We'll get there, man.
Get out of here, and I want to testify in front of Congress.
We got about 20 seconds left, Joe. We'll get you there, man.
Just tell everyone I appreciate the support. I love everybody around the world that's got my back. We have to stop the abuse of these girls being abused, the older women being sucked out of their money by these witnesses that put me here, and I just need your voice, and I appreciate all of it.
I got you, man. Thanks for calling in. Thank you for your time, man. Like I said, you got my vote. I'm gonna try to be there April 23rd for you.
I appreciate it, Sean. You have a good one.
You as well. Hell yeah, brother. Call back anytime.
Okay, buddy.
Bye. Joe Exotic, ladies and gentlemen. That was Joe Exotic. Like I said, Pensacola, Florida, Free Joe Exotic Day. He's got a court date that day. If you guys want to show your support, like you said, there's going to be bumper stickers, T-shirts. Let's try and help this dude out, man. He brought this country together during a very scary time. That was Joe Exotic. Wow. But he's got his hope. Hopefully he gets out, man. This has been My Wife's Asleep podcast. I'm Sean Boucher. Thank you very much.